Hey mama, if you're listening to this, you might be carrying a secret that feels too heavy to speak out loud. You look like you got it all together, you serve at church, maybe you even lead a Bible study. You smile when you drop off the kids, but no one sees the other side of you, the one that comes out behind closed doors. At home, you are a completely different person. You yell, you explode, you scream at your kids, sometimes in their face. You tell them to shut up. You grab them too harshly. You throw things across the room. You smack them in anger, twist their ears, spank them in rage, and immediately after, you are hit with a tidal wave of shame. You cry alone in your room and you whisper, "God, what is wrong with me?" You feel scared and disgusted by your own reactions. You're terrified that someone might find out. You wonder if your kids would be better off without you. You feel unworthy, broken, and too far gone to be redeemed. You try to fix this on your own. You listen to podcasts, parenting books, download freebies, but nothing changes. You keep falling back into the same patterns, and it feels like you are stuck in a cycle that you can't break. You don't trust yourself anymore, and if you're honest, you are afraid of who you've become. But here's the truth, Mama. You are not beyond hope. You're not alone, and with God's help and the right support, you can change. I'm Elizabeth, a mom of 4 and an anger management coach for Christian moms. And inside my Calm Christian Mom coaching program, I guide women just like you through a powerful transformation. This isn't shallow behavior management. We go deep. We address your triggers, your stress, your mindset, your nervous system, and the spiritual root behind your patterns. We invite God into every layer and walk hand in hand towards healing. In just 12 weeks, you can become a completely different mom, unrecognizable. One who leads with patience, not panic. One whose children feel emotionally safe around her. One who cultivates peace. This summer, I'm offering a Calm Mama Strategy Session, a powerful 15-minute one-on-one coaching session designed to help you uncover the root of your anger and receive spiritual, emotional, and practical support. It's your chance to experience what coaching is like with me before diving deeper into ongoing support. If we both feel like the full program is the next right step, we can talk about what that looks like for you. You don't have to keep living like this. Your family is worth healing, and so are you. Use the link in the show notes to book the Calm Mama Strategy Session. So the other day, I was interviewing a mom for my Calm Christian Mom coaching program to see if she is the right fit for my program. And one of the things that she mentioned was that I've been praying for my anger to go away, but it's just not working. I feel like I'm failing daily at being the mom I desire to be and the mom that my son deserves. And I wanted to talk to you today about, because I know that she's not the only one. She's not the only one who has been praying for her anger to go away, but it's not working. And is this you? Is this you? Are you that mom who's been praying for your anger to go away? You go to sleep every night with so much remorse, mom guilt, and shame. You're trying so hard, but it's just not working. You want to be this calm, patient mom, and every day you feel like you're failing at this most important job and role that you have right now. If you feel like you're going to sleep every night with remorse and guilt, first of all, I have an amazing resource for you. In the show notes, if you scroll down to the next step, there's a section over there, and there's number 1 is to download my free resource and training that I put together for you on how to overcome mom guilt and shame. It's 5 steps to break free from mom rage, shame, in that negative spiral, and how you can shift your perspective and get out of that dark hole and start moving forward instead of feeling stuck, because that's exactly where the enemy wants to keep you. The training is completely free, and it comes with a workbook with answering some questions that are reflection questions. It is amazing. It's going to be super, super helpful for you. So if this is you, I would highly recommend for you to download it. It's free, and all you need to do is leave my podcast a rating and a review, and you get access to that free training. All right, so let me give you an analogy. And I think this will make a lot of sense to you why you have been praying and your rage is not going away. Your anger is still exactly where it has been, maybe even getting worse. Well, let's think about this. If someone is obese and overweight, what if they just pray for their weight to go away? For them to just start eating healthy foods and for them to just lose that weight. Is it gonna go away? No, it's not. Because they still are doing the same habits and they're leading the same lifestyle and making the same choices that are getting them where they are at right now. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You have to do things differently. So if you're praying for your anger to go away and it's not going anywhere, you have to do things differently. There's a lot of mindset shifts that need to be made, perspective shifts. Also, there's a lot of practical things that you need to do differently. And there's a spiritual aspect of inviting God into the process and not trying to do everything on your own strength. There's a lot of steps that are involved in it, and that's why I have a step-by-step program for you, a coaching program. And another thing is, when someone is obese and overweight, let's take that analogy. How easy would you think it would be for them to just completely change their lifestyle all on their own and just do things differently, all on their own without support? First of all, do you think they have tried? Yes, they have. Very likely, many people have tried. Do you think it has worked? Chances are not. Oftentimes, when we don't have support and accountability, we give up because it gets hard. And guess what? When you start doing things on your own, you're going to get resistance. It's going to be hard to start changing things. What I can do is, I can tell you, I was coaching a client last week, and specifically with her, we're working on breaking generational patterns of anger. And she was saying how, she has family and friends that are praying for her. And I'm praying for her as well, for these generational patterns to be broken. And I told her this. I said, listen, the enemy is not going to give up easy. He's going to do everything he can in his power to make you feel like you're failing and not succeeding at this. He's going to do everything he can. It's not an easy shift. Just like when you are trying to shift things in your life to follow the Lord and follow Christ, things are going to get hard. The enemy is going to mess with you. He's going to mess with your mindset and be like, look at this. God doesn't love you. Look at all these things that are happening in your life. He has forgotten you. Same thing when you're changing things to become a calm and patient mom. You're changing your mindset. You're working on yourself. You're doing the uncomfortable inner work. You're going to keep getting thoughts like, oh my gosh, look at all the times I failed today. And your mind is going to want to focus on that. And the enemy is going to make that even bigger. He's going to be like, look at all the areas you're failing and not succeeding. And that's why this program is not working, because he's real. He doesn't want you to have a good relationship with your kids. He doesn't want you to succeed. He does want you to fail. He does want that tension. He wants you to feel shame and remorse and guilt. That's exactly where he wants you to stay stuck. And if you're not doing anything about it, you're giving him that power. Okay, there's a responsibility that you need to carry, and there's a responsibility that you surrender completely to God. So when it comes to the analogy of someone being overweight and someone not changing their lifestyle, of course nothing is going to change if they just say, well, I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to try to pray about it. Well, it's not working. You have to do things differently. And it first starts with shifting your mindset and perspective. Another thing is, studies have shown us that if we surround ourselves with accountability and support, we are 95% more likely to succeed, which means this is part of the reason you feel like you've been failing. It's because you don't have that support system. You have been trying to do this all completely on your own, and that's a really hard place to be. I did not get here where I am today on my own. I surrounded myself with support system. I did because I knew I could not do it on my own. There is no lack of information out there. You can go and Google and YouTube all the things that I'm teaching you. You're going to find it out there. It exists. The problem is there's a lack of support and implementation and lack of transformation. That's where you're getting stuck. And that is why I created my program. I don't do courses anymore. I have a support system that will help you and really support you on this journey. You've tried this on your own. Has it worked? You've tried so many times. You have to do something different. My friend, you do not have to settle for being an angry mom, a mom who's aggressive, a mom who's mean. If your kids tell you, you're so mean all the time, Mom, you are angry. Why are you angry all the time? Here's my question to you. When was the last time you felt good about yourself as a mom? Think about that. Really think about that. When was the last time that you truly felt good about yourself as a mom and how you showed up as a mom? I want you to know that you do not have to stay in this dark hole anymore. There is hope for you. The enemy wants to keep you stuck. He wants you to minimize your problem and just say, oh, things are not that bad. You can just do this on your own. You don't need help. Help is for weak people. My friend, you cannot afford to not do this for your family. I'll tell you this, you find big money for things like vacation, remodeling, for spendy birthday parties for your kids sports, and things that for your kids' development. You find money for other things. But I want you to know this, your kids need and they deserve a healthy, calm mom who's emotionally stable and does not say and do hurtful things on a regular basis because she has out of control rage. This program that I have designed and put together for you will help you break generational patterns of destructive anger. It will truly be the best investment you have ever made into yourself and into your family. This investment, it will get you to show up and do the work. It's enough for you to feel uncomfortable and be like, you know what? This costs a lot, and it's enough for me to show up every week and do the work. I will not slack off. The best part is that the accountability is so high, it's almost impossible for you to not do the work. I check in with you every other day. If you need to, I'll check in with you daily so you submit your homework assignments, that you watch the lessons, that you're implementing the things that we're talking about on the coaching calls, and that you're doing the things that you're learning from the recorded lessons that you're watching. I will show up 110% on my end. And if you're in a place that you're ready to do what it takes on your part, then I want to invite you to book a clarity call. My friend, this program will truly change your life and your family's life. I'm just so excited that this is on my heart and God has led me here to create this program, this coaching container for you. It will truly be the best 12 weeks you have ever invested in yourself. And I do have a guarantee. I have a guarantee. If you work with me for 12 weeks and you see absolutely no changes in the way you're showing up as a mom, if you don't see any changes in how much you're yelling and screaming, in your rage, in your mindset, and you're doing all the homework, you submit all the assignments, you show up to the coaching calls, and you see no changes, I will keep working with you for another 3 months to help you reach your goals. But I promise you that if you do show up and you do the work, you will see that transformation. You won't need to keep working with me. You can if you want to further be supported, but you won't need to because you would already reach your goals. My friend, I'm doing everything I can on my part to support you. God has truly put this on my heart.
And I don't teach this topic because it's comfortable for me. I teach it because it's uncomfortable, because it is hard, because I still deal with the emotion of anger on a regular basis and frustration, and I have to implement what I teach. Otherwise, I would be living this double life. Every day I have to implement the things that I teach you so then I can show up as the mom that is God honoring and is kind and loving and understanding and compassionate and nurturing and empowered mom for my children. And I know that is the mom that you desire to be, and I know it's completely possible for you. So to wrap this up, if this is calling you, if you're ready to actually take the next step, book a clarity call in the show notes. And I want to remind you again that praying is really powerful. It is really, really helpful, but there's a responsibility that only God carries. And then there's ownership that you have to take and do things differently. You have to work on your mindset to think differently. You pray for God to show you a different perspective, but you have to do also the work. You have to do the reflection. Be like, hey, what I'm doing is not working. What can I do differently? You have to change your habits. You have to change some practical things, the ways you have been doing. You have to support yourself. Those are things that are your responsibility. You have to learn how to communicate. That's not God's responsibility. That is yours. And those are the things that we're learning how to implement in my coaching container. I will teach you strategies, what to do when you are triggered in the heat of the moment, how to set yourself up to support yourself proactively so you're less triggered to begin with. What habits do you need to implement? How do you ask your spouse for support when you're struggling instead of creating more frustration and yelling and screaming and blaming? All those things we're working through my program. Also, how to invite God into the process and ask Him to support you on this journey without doing this all on your own. My friend, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you that if this is calling your name, please reach out to me. Please book a clarity call, because that is the next step if you're ready in a place to be implementing what you're learning and you're ready to actually have transformation in your life. My friend, I'm praying for you, and until next time.
Hey mama, do you find yourself snapping over the smallest things, like spilled milk or constant whining, then feeling horrible afterwards? If you're tired of losing your temper and you want to show up with more patience, I have something for you. It's a free training called How to Be More Patient with Your Kids so you're not screaming over spilled milk. Inside, I'll walk you through 10 simple things you can start doing today to become a calmer, more Christ-like mom, even on the hard days. To get it for free, just leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy.com. Or if you'd rather skip the wait, you can grab it right now for just $27. The link is in the show notes. Let's help you become the peaceful, patient mom your kids need.